Here we are, we're on. Welcome to the library board meeting. It's Thursday, July 8th, 2021. I'm Ruth Ann Webster. I'm serving as the chair. We have a quorum here, and so we'll get started. I will take a motion to approve the agenda.
I so move.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion on the agenda? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Same sign. We have an agenda. And next we have the approval of our minutes from the June 10th, 2021 Library Board meeting. Do I have a motion to approve those minutes?
So move.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Do we have any discussion or questions about that? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Same sign. Okay, good. We'll move on to the financial report.
We are 49.59% through 2021, and our budget is approximately 44.88% expended. Some of our expenditures this month included special events programming. We used some of the money that we had previously budgeted for snowshoe poles that finally came in. Those were back ordered over the winter, so we'll have them for 2021 later on this year if we get snow. And we replenished some of the life jackets. So those were the significant expenditures this month. Otherwise, everything looks pretty good on board. I'll note in terms of revenue, we did have our contactless book sale outside, and that brought in about, I believe, 200 for the month. So that was pretty good.
Good, thank you. Any comments or questions about the financial report?
I listened to the report, and did I hear that the audio-visual budget was at 75% budget? And if I listened accurately to the report, what would that?
So that
for that?
Yeah, we are actually down 75.92. So our overdrive fees come out of that line item. And I think I mentioned it last month. All of the Brown County libraries have paid for their share. Our share was a little bit over $6,000. So it's our overdrive bill that was due that brought that up for the year. So now we just focus on purchasing DVDs and audiobooks.
Thank you.
Okay. Anyone else have any comments about the financial report or anything in there? Okay, good. Thanks. We'll move on to the librarian's report, starting with the library department activities for June.
Sure. So our summer reading program has taken off. We had local artist Kara Carlson present a program on sidewalk chalk art. We had about 15 people attend, and they created different things outside the library. She also did a really nice Tails and Tales mural on one of our walls. Unfortunately, the rain kind of took it away from us a little bit. But the plan is for her to come back sometime this summer to do another sidewalk chalk. We don't have a date on that just yet. Otherwise, things have definitely picked up. We've been using the 3D printer. It's up and active. We had a chess tournament that took place, and one of the winners of that was able to pick out like a chess set. So we're doing chess pieces at the moment with that. Otherwise, trying to think what else. I could mention that later too. I did attend the webinar for the Minnesota Library Construction Grant for LED lighting. We did receive it, though I'm not supposed to really say that before we sign the end agreement, which will be probably happening. Well, it still has to be drafted, but that money will be coming more than likely to us within the month. And that's about it. In terms of statistics, everything looks pretty well. Our circulation is up. For the most part, a little bit fluctuates, and our wireless stats as well as our door count are definitely up.
I was wondering, when do you expect to have the two library aides in place? You did the interviews in June 23rd.
Yeah, so we interviewed last week, and they both begin July 21st.
Okay, good.
Yep.
Thank you. Anyone else have any questions or comments or want to point out anything? All right, let's keep going.
Okay, sure. So in terms of programming, I included the calendar that we have with all the activities on slate for July. The NARN will be making an appearance in the library on Saturday, July 17th at 10 a.m. We just found that out yesterday, so that's a last-minute addition. They wanted to come in either this weekend or next weekend, and they decided on next weekend, kind of in spirit of Bavarian Blast. Otherwise, everything looks good. I can just continue on. The Brown County Library Board met on June 14th. We met in Hanska. Carl was there, so if Carl has any additions, let me know. The board recommended, I believe, a 1.5% increase, and the paperwork for the request was submitted. The county administrator hasn't been in touch, but I did talk to the executive assistant, and they did receive the paperwork. And we are tentatively scheduled for a budget appropriations meeting with the county on Monday, August 23rd at 11 a.m. If that changes on the side of the county, I'll let everyone know, but I let the Brown County Library directors know about that. I know there was a question of whether or not, so if anyone wants to come to that meeting, you're free to do so. I don't know if Carl plans on being there. Usually it's all of the library directors and a couple representatives from the Brown County Library Board. Usually we have one or two, and then we've usually brought in a lot of people and supporters, but they told us to use our discretion in terms of how many people. I think we'll be back. We were at the Law Enforcement Center room last year because of COVID, but they're going to bring the meeting back into the chambers, and that's significantly smaller. So I know the Springfield library director has someone in mind also to kind of talk about libraries in general. So we'll see how that goes.
Good, thank you. Any other questions or comments before we move on? All right,
Okay.
keep going.
Okay, sounds good. So the painting of the book job was tentatively scheduled to wrap up on Friday. That's July 9th. And the photo included in the packet online is what it looked like on July 3rd. The other side is missing more titles on the spines. And the rain, they haven't been, they were here this morning, but the rain kind of rained them out on Tuesday, and they weren't able to make it yesterday. So usually it's kind of varied. They've had a group between 5 and 10 or more so young adults working on it. So it's been pretty great. They usually get there pretty early, like 8:15 or so, and stay for a couple hours. So it's going really well. So I will let you guys know when we wrap up. I'll send some pictures out.
Well, I was just wondering if you've invited the mayor to come and, cut a ribbon or do something.
Oh, we could, yeah. We haven't.
Sound like
Yeah,
a good
that sounds
idea?
fun, yeah.
Yeah.
Good,
It looks cool.
good. It's exciting. It's fun. It's fun. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun.
And like I mentioned, the staff update, we'll have the two new, right now, Sue Gergel's last day at the library was yesterday, and then we'll have the two new library aides start on July 21st for training, and then it might be like a week or so, more than a week, before they're able and comfortable to kind of be on their own, and we kind of get back to our regular schedules.
Okay, good, good. Let's move on to our action items. First, the happy task of receiving donations and memorials. And I will read them. Um, in memory of Rich Runk, Doug and Betty Roiger have donated $50 for adult nonfiction. In memory of Lorraine Christie, Doug and Betty Roiger have donated $50 for adult fiction. In memory of Richard Runk, Sue and Mark Ullery have donated $25 for adult history. And in memory of Kay Simpson, Anne, help me. Thank you. Has donated $100 just for general books. And our own Bernice Schmitz has donated to the Library of Things a projector. Very good, good. And so, have I got it? Have I got everything? Have I got everything? So I will accept a resolution accepting these donations with gratitude. Can I have a resolution?
So move.
All right, and a second?
I'll second.
All right. Assistant Library Director, please call the roll.
Sarah Berger,
Yes.
Geraldine Jelberg,
Yes.
Justin Sauter,
Yes.
Bernice Schmitz,
Yes.
Ruth Ann Webster,
Yes.
Carl Zeidler.
Yes.
Okay, good. And now,
And then, can we go back to resolution 17? We missed one.
oh, did I miss one?
Yeah, accepting Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund grants for
shoot.
programs.
Where am I?
Action item 5.1.
Back. Where did I go? Oh, I missed the big one. I went to the little ones.
Yeah.
I went
Oh,
to
that's
the.
okay.
Gee whiz. Okay.
No problem.
Yeah. Oh, right. If this is the biggest mistake I make all day. All right. In April 2021, the library was awarded Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund legacy grants in the amount of $2,980 for the Chris Register and $900 for the Teddy Bear Band. And then there's a long explanation of the legacy amendment. And Friday, August 6th, the library, in collaboration with Springfield and Sleepy Eye, met with author Chris Register, who's a solo cyclist and author, and he'll present on his first journey across the Midwest. And then on August 20th, the library, in collaboration with New Ulm Park and Rec, will host the Teddy Bear Band and the concert in the park. So that is just wonderful. Both of those are wonderful examples of the good work that our Legacy Fund does. So could I have a resolution accepting the Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund grants?
So move.
I'll second.
Okay. Assistant Library Director, call the roll.
Sarah Berger,
Yes.
Geraldine Jelberg,
Yes.
Justin Sauter,
Yes.
Bernice Schmitz,
Yes.
Ruth Ann Webster,
Yes.
Carl Zeidler.
Yes.
All right. Now, this is our final item. We've looked at the budget. And this is the time when we adopt and approve the 2022 preliminary library budget. And it was submitted to the finance director of the city.
It hasn't yet. I'm sorry.
it hasn't. You will.
Yeah, I will by
Sorry.
July 31st.
Sorry, I
yeah.
misunderstood that.
After approval, yeah.
All right, yep, no problem. And the city council has not yet set its meeting with the city manager to discuss, and the rest, and the department heads, including the library director, to discuss the overall city budget. But you'll keep us informed.
Yes.
But this is our preliminary library budget, and you've estimated revenues and assumed revenues from the Brown County Board. And the vast majority of comes from taxes. And we've got this all in front of us. And like I said, we've gone over this before a lot of renovation for carpeting replacement and office equipment and computer hardware and exterior renovation, and, replacement of the door, the outside door. And these are things that we've got planned in the budget. If there's something goes right, we don't have to do that.
Right.
But some of those would come out of the library's fund balance. And maybe you did tell me that you spoke to the finance director, and why don't you tell us what she said about the overall budget?
Overall, our general fund balance is really healthy, and we could possibly spend between, like I mentioned, 63,000 and more, and stay within the fund balance requirements for us. So we're doing really well in terms of that.
Well, I know we all, earlier on when COVID first hit, there was a lot of
Right.
concerns about the city budget, about the state budget, but I think we've managed to do that. And then, the other big item is the upper roof for the second floor and the HVAC. The roof and the HVAC, they're huge. The building's official are looking at budgetary quotes.
Right, and that would potentially come out of the 290 building fund.
Okay.
It wouldn't come
Oh,
out of it wouldn't come out of the library fund.
Okay. Okay, good.
Have you got any sense of, have they begun that review of that infrastructure over there with the roof and the HVAC systems?
Not yet, no. And I think also that will depend if we keep on with our carpeting replacement, like I mentioned to our chair earlier. If, we might, some of these funds are coming out of our fund balance, but if, say, we won't be able to do the roof on the upper floor, that would potentially postpone our year 4 of our recarpeting, because that would be that upper floor, and I'd rather we have no leaks before we replace the floor.
Let's get
just
a
in
solid
case.
roof in
Yeah.
first.
And so that could obviously decrease what we use next year as well, just kind of depending on how things work out.
And I'll just note for anyone who's listening real carefully that all the budget items are available on the city website.
Yes.
So if I've gone over this a little too quickly and someone has any questions or concerns that they might want to pass along to city council, it's all right here.
I just was curious, Paulina, if there was any constraints placed upon the increase that the Finance Department was suggesting that we keep our budget within, at least that part that we have discretion of.
There was no percentage this year, just to kind of keep a level what we've been doing in terms of our general expenditures. I did increase the books and electronic resources this year to maintain a level of service, because we did decrease those last year. So to kind of bring us back at the level that we were pre-COVID. In terms of, like I said, electronic resources, books, AV line stayed the same, and contractual maintenance.
You feel comfortable with where we're at with most of those budgetary items? Particularly?
Right now, yes. Yeah. We're seeing in terms of where we are this year, under some of our materials purchasing, we are feeling the constraint of not being able to purchase as many things as we have previously because of the cuts we undertook last year.
Well, I'll just notice that under expenditures, you've got an amount for, and it looks like $100 for, is that $100?
Oh, it should be 1,000.
It should be
for
$1,000.
travel
I thought
conference.
that, I thought that's
Yeah.
what I thought that
Yeah.
comma
Oh,
was.
yeah.
But you've got $1,000 for travel conferences in school, and maybe I should have noted this earlier, but you have a grant to go to an
Yes.
out-of-state conference.
Yeah, and we also reduced that the year before. It usually is 1,000, but we do have an interest from other staff members in pursuing some things next year potentially. eventually once things open up, yeah. That grant is for this year in the fall. But so usually it kind of works out well, at least for us. We do get Traverse to Sue honorariums and stuff that keep that budget line low. April completed some 23 things, and so the Traverse to Sue executive director is kind of doing an incentive because she's involved with it in terms of, if you completed, we'll give you honorariums for that. We had our reference librarian completed an ALA course about reference skills, and that was also paid for through Traverse to Sue. But if that ever, if we don't have those grants too, and if I'm usually very much for our staff pursuing continuing ed kind of stuff if they're interested. So,
Great.
Madam Chair, I spoke with the library director after our meeting last month
yes.
about perhaps pursuing having the executive director
Yes.
of TDS come and visit
Yeah.
with this board. We have several new members that may not know who she is or exactly what TDS does, and perhaps it might be something that would be beneficial.
You're ahead of the game,
to have
Carl.
her.
I was going to mention that under other business.
Oh, sneak that right into other business. All right. Monkey.
Thunder.
That's okay. But yeah, like Carl mentioned, I was thinking we could invite Ann Hokinson either in August or September, potentially.
Oh, that would
and
be
she
lovely.
could talk about Traverse to Sue and what they're doing. She is actually working on a lot of, and that's also something we can discuss. I know some library boards within the region talk about they always have a Traverse to Sue update in their library board. I don't know if you would be interested in that, but I know she's working on a lot of different, she's spent most of June working on a lot of different grants for the region too, which has been, especially with money that has freed up in terms of like rescue plans and that kind of thing. So she's big into getting more monies for e-content and hotspots. She's working on a very large grant right now to get about 1,000 hotspots into the Traverse to Sue region. Yeah. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah.
That sounds
For
like-
long-term checkout, not like we do like a week checkout. This would be for like 3 months kind of thing. So
It sounds like this is a person we should visit with.
yeah, sounds good. So I'll see when she'll be available. Okay.
Good. Thank you. Back to the budget.
Yeah.
Any other questions? Any other questions? I wish I had smarter, I wish I had some really smart questions, but it just seems like everything's kind of steady as you go. So
We like that though.
that's good. That's good. So I will accept a motion offering the resolution, waiving the reading. It's 8 pages long.
Only
Um,
two.
And,
Oh, with
sorry,
the Excel,
but it's
yes.
all, it's,
With
trust me,
Excel,
it's
yes.
all on the website. So, can I have a motion offering that resolution?
So moved.
All right, then waiving the signing good. Thank you. In a second. All right, any further discussion?
I'm sorry, I missed the second.
Oh, very good. All right, Assistant Library Director, call the roll.
Sarah Berger,
Yes.
Geraldine Schelberg,
Yes.
Dustin Sauter,
Yes.
Bernice Schmitz, Ruth Ann Webster.
Yes.
Carl Zeidler.
Yes.
All right. Well, do we have any other business?
No.
All right.
We're good.
All right. No other business. All right. All right. Ready? Everybody ready? Motion. We're adjourned. Yay. Thank you.